Did you know, 1 million years ago, fire was not a tool like today. It was a threat. It was out of human control, wild and unstable. Even if you touch it mistakenly, you die. And even if you lose it, you freeze. And a time came when that wild, uncontrollable force became the most powerful machine humans ever built. Not the wheel, not the engine, the stove. The device that trapped fire, bent it, slowed it, sealed it, and eventually erased it until heat existed without flame. This is the story of how humans learned to control energy itself, from a spark in a cave to a world where fire no longer exists. The evolution of stoves, from 1 million BC to 2100 AD, 1 million BC to 500,000 BC, the fire. Without a stove, fire existed. Early humans did not build stoves. They guarded flames born from lightning and wildfires. Fire was temporary, dangerous, and uncontrollable. Only survival around heat. This era planted the idea that fire could be held. 500,000 BC to 100,000 BC, first fire pits. The moment stones surrounded fire, the stove began. Humans dig shallow pits. They placed stones in circles. Fire is now contained, protected, and repeatable. This is the first physical stove structure ever built by the early humans. 100,000 BC to 50,000 BC, the reusable hearths. Hearths were reused again and again, stone-lined pits with ash layers. Heat zones become predictable. The stove becomes permanent and reusable. 50,000 BC to 10,000 BC, structured hearth platforms. The first semi-enclosed stove, a critical step toward efficiency. Clay strengthens fire bases. The stove is no longer part of the earth. It is built above it. 10,000 BC to 5,000 BC, the first built stoves, fixed clay and mud stoves, Neolithic age. Fire becomes partially enclosed. This is the ancestor of every enclosed stove ever made. 5,000 BC to 1,000 BC, ancient enclosed stoves. Brick and clay stoves emerge across civilizations. Fire is fully enclosed and directed. Fire chambers are sealed. Heat is guided, not wasted. 1000 BC to 500 BC, draft control begins. Box-shaped stoves, early flue systems. Airflow is intentionally shaped. Fire burns hotter and cleaner. This is the birth of engineering inside the stove. 500 BC to 500 AD, chimney-based stove systems, ancient enclosed stoves. Vertical chimneys pull smoke upward. Stone and brick stoves. Smoke extraction transforms indoor stoves. Combustion improves. Indoor stoves become practical. The stove becomes a complete system. 500 AD to 1200 AD, heat storage stoves. Fully enclosed fireboxes. Heat stored in walls. Slow heat release. Less fuel consumption. The stove now stores heat, not just produces it. 1200 AD to 1600 AD, metal-assisted stoves. Iron-lined stoves, early cast iron plates. Faster heat transfer. Metal introduces precision and durability to stove design. 1600 AD to 1700 AD, fully cast iron stoves. Stoves made of entirely cast iron bodies. Airflow valves regulate combustion, higher combustion efficiency. Stoves are manufactured, not built. 1700 to 1800 AD, coal stoves and industrial optimization. Physics enters the fire. Internal baffles redirect heat. Fuel efficiency improves dramatically. From 1700 to 1800 AD, people used early cast iron stoves like German jam, 5-plate stoves, and French stew stoves. 1800 to 1900 AD, coal and multi-burner stoves. Coal fuels stronger stoves. Multiple burners appear. Stoves become household standards. This is the age of scale. 1900 to 1950 AD, coal and industrial stoves. Gas and electric stoves replace solid fuel. Instant ignition. Control becomes effortless. Fire is no longer seen, only felt. 1950 to 2000 AD. Safety-regulated appliances. Advanced gas and electric stoves. Flame failure protection. Thermostats. Insulated bodies. 2000 AD to 2010 AD. Early induction stoves. Electromagnetic fields heat cookware directly. No flame, no glowing coils. The stove becomes a transfer device. 2010 AD to 2025 AD. Smart stoves. Sensor-based induction stoves. The stove begins to think. Sensors adjust heat automatically. Digital precision. Efficiency reaches new heights. Auto shutoff and energy optimization. 2025 AD to 2030 AD. AI-assisted stoves. AI-controlled heat systems. Adaptive heat modulation. Predictive control. Learning algorithms. 2030 AD to 2040 AD. Fully autonomous stoves. Self-regulating energy platforms. Real-time material sensing. Zero waste heat cycles. 2040 AD to 2050 AD. Flame-free, advanced energy stoves. Solid-state heat emitters. No combustion. Instant energy transfer. 2050 AD to 2060 AD. Field-based heating. Stove form. Electromagnetic and thermal field systems. 2060 AD to 2070 AD. Molecular heating chambers. Stove form. Fully enclosed energy chambers. 2070 AD to 2080 AD. Zero interface stoves. Touchless control. 2080 AD to 2090 AD. Quantum heat transfer stoves. Stove form. Quantum level energy manipulation. 2090 AD to 2100 AD. Post-stove era. No visible stove. Heat delivered directly where required. Across 1 million years, the stove evolved through a single, continuous goal: to control heat with greater precision, less waste, and less effort.